Hello and welcome to KGS. Today we got a 5K versus 5K. What am I? I'm white. Alright, encourage me to take this side. So I will do that. Alright, looking like it's going to be some sort of orthodox. I'll just play flexible. Alright, orthodox it is. So I could do something in here. Depending on how I react, if I go something like this, he can get the 2-space extension, which is actually kind of small for that. He developed this side, I'd get this, but it'd pretty much break up his whole potential over here. He'd get the double wing. But this is definitely the direction we want to go. However, I might want to do this first just to see what he does. Just as a probing move, just to see which way he reacts. And then decide what I want to do over here, I think. Or do I do this first, then the probe to see what he does? I'm gonna go high just to be consistent with what I'm doing. Alright, so that is looking like what we're going to do. So now I'm gonna probe here just to see what he wants. Alright, so this is looking to do the whole cross-cutting Sabaki variation. And let's see, how's that gonna look? It's gonna be this, that, this, and then I get this. He's gonna cut through here, and then I'll have this sort of shape. This, that. Why am I not being able to see this? Hold on. He cuts Ayatari, he cuts Ayatari, and then I get this. And so it's this sort of shape. And so I want to connect solidly here to get this. Or should I do this now? I'm going to do this now. Because then, once this is settled, I can... Well, actually, hold on. If the Joseki goes out like it should end in Sente for me. Because again, his move is to do this. I go here. He does this. And then I do this to capture, right? If he just captures, then we can do this cool thing, but it's okay. That's the Sabaki move. Now if he cuts, it's just Atari, capture, Atari. Yep. Just like this. Now he should cut here. Or here, I guess, either one. I think that one is to cut here. I don't think that's the right move. Now if I come back and do this, now there's this poke through double cut. So I'm gonna connect. There you go, cool. And then I am going to connect solidly here because that'll be good for me. This is just, this is a free move and I don't think I'll be able to use this stone. So I'll just do that. And then I'm going to come back and connect solidly here to finish this Joseki. Because now I got this wall facing my stuff, I'm really happy. 2-stone wall should be, well, this is actually a little bit bigger. I'm gonna go a little bit closer to my side, I think. Because if he ever cuts here, this becomes Atari, and then I got this sort of stuff. Which is gonna be reinforced, and I want to protect this invasion from later. But that's really over-concentrated. But this is even more over-concentrated there, so I'm gonna take the over-concentration from here just to help with any sort of endgame later. And see what happens. So, he's gotten some solid points up in here. I have broken up his orthodox opening. He now has Sente. Is that wise? I could give it up, but I don't know what he's planning to do with that. Is he planning to do a similar thing over here and then try to, or should I just give it up and break up? No, he doesn't have any influence over there. If I don't, then this whole thing is undercut, so I think I need to if I want to save this territory for myself. That's suspicious. He doesn't really have any place to go. This is very suspicious. So this move is basically saying, I don't think you can live in here. And I'm going to kill you, is what it's saying. Yeah. Alright, so I messed up, is what I'm saying. Hold on, this to that to this. He has to Atari, I can Atari and force capture. So did I screw up? Alright, so maybe I shouldn't have covered on top. Or when he did this, oh, you know what I should have done? When he did this Atari, I think I should have let him capture that and cut here. Because then he would capture, he'd have a Panuki here. These 3 stones might get cut off then though. I'll have to look at that in review. I can throw here and make this connection in Sente. Or can I do that already? Because that would just be Atari and then down. Well, this is Sente against this, so I'm going to do this. It's Sente to Atari this and then go down, which reduces the eye shape, and then he's basically screwed. So that's the idea. Alright, so he's guaranteeing his eye space. Great. Wonderful. Perfect. So, Sanrense. So, I mean, there's some potential for him to expand up here. There's less for him here because of these stones. It's kind of counteracting that. So I'm going to take the biggest point on the board. I messed this up. I really messed that up. This sort of Joseki ends with this. Yeah, these 2 things. And I could even play a little bit more flexible and try to work with this. Versus just backing off high. Actually, Pincer, if he ends up taking this, then I can build. Which would actually be okay with me at this point, since all of this stuff has already been kind of reduced in his side. So this would be okay with me. Nope, he's not going to do that. Alright. So we're going to go into the fighting. That's not the fighting variation. The fighting variation would be for him to shoulder hit. If I Hane, the usual move for him is this. If he cuts, I will need to extend. My group is weak, I need to Hane to get Aji. So yeah, if your group is weak, Hane. If your group is strong, extend. That must, yeah. Okay, so he's gonna do that. That's nice. I want to live up in here. Because then these stones are still without a base. If I go here, what happens? Does he try poking at this thing and collapse my shape? I can then poke up in here. And then kill this stuff, right? So would he respond this way? Because that's what I'm worried about. Him get... Okay. So rather than go this way, I want to... Is it Sente though? Hold on. Because if I don't do this, he's going to get an extension from this, and I want to prevent that. This is a little close. This one, he throws in Atari down, follow, Atari up, Atari, yeah, there's some junk in here. This one's going to give him that 1 space jump. And then when he gets it, do I jump out with it? I want to do this, but this cut is not good for me. Alright, so I do this, he gets this sort of extension on me. Don't connect, I go through. If he blocks this way, I go through again. He can extend. And then I can ladder this right into that. So he would have to block this way, and then I can poke through here. Cut, this is Atari. And then I can do this, and he's without a base. So I think I need to do this first. Again, giving him this extension if he wants it. Nope, he's going to block. Okay, good. Now this extension's a lot better. Or it's okay, it's a lot better for me. I could do this, but that's just going to make him extend here. I don't want him to do that. He, of course, can take the corner at this point, but then if he takes the corner, I'll just block from the other way. This way. Cut. Atari. Extend. Extend with him. Does he turn, or does he turn? If he turns, I fix. And then it's my stone, his 2, and mine. Hane, cut, Atari, dead. Okay, what else can I do? I want to get this one. This one I'd feel safe with because I can do the ladder right into the wall. This one is more dangerous. Cut, Atari, descend, connect. Turn, do this, do this. Mine is down to 2 liberties, which is not good, versus his 3. So if he goes down, do I need to extend with it? Okay, I think I can do this. I think I can do that. Again, this is just sealing this in and making it kind of dumb and useless. That is pretty far away. So he's giving up on this, but I'm not done attacking this. Like, if I Not to mention, this is all really, really low. It's also a very far approach. Capping move, he can of course just back off, and then this is all building up, so I don't really like that. But this is definitely the weak group on the board here. And he can get some strength by like turning here and leaning on me, but as far as eye space goes, he doesn't have a whole lot. I think I want to just prevent him from getting in the corner, right? This has the poking Agi, so does this. This threatens a link up, which means it's going to kind of force him to do that, and then this is all undercut. I don't like that. I'm going to ignore this for now. If he ends up sliding, I think I'll be okay with that. So I'm going to prevent him from living in the corner. This group now has no base. Playing low, low, low to take some points on the bottom. That is okay. Question, do I want to... I do, I really do. I want to cap this. Which one do I want to cap? This one kind of invites him in here. This stuff I'm going to be okay with, but I want to get a cap here. So when this thing runs, it's going to run into my cap. Versus shoulder hit. Because shoulder hitting up, he's going to be able to use this influence to take my corner and stuff. Shoulder hitting this way just helps him. What about a far cap? What about capping this stuff, actually? Well, I want to cap this so that I can come back and cap this and run this into this wall. As this is leaning on this, this will help strengthen my top side. And my goal is to run this direction. If he ends up jumping here, I can just take fourth line points. So let's do this. Alright, you're approaching me. I'm going to kick you. Because I've already got the extension. Just looking at this whole cutting problem. Yeah, here we go. Alright, do I want to... No, I don't want him to live here. I'd rather defend the points. If I go this way, I am getting more outside influence to attack this. But this reinforces that. Huh. Well, this is also going to be open on this side so you can slide. There isn't a whole lot of points in the corner. This he's going to back off like that because that's what he likes to do. He can get this and then cut here, then even Atari this. But then I can start capping and separating these two, so I think I'm okay with that. What about playing here instead? Well, then he is just going to take the corner. So I got to push him out of the corner. You can get this Atari for free. Did not take the Atari, huh? Well, then if I Hani here, do you block? Because I can get this for a cool looking thing. I can turn here if you block this way. Or do I want to just take this? No, because then he can get this and do the same thing. If I go here, he can do this. I can get this Atari. If he ever goes up, I can wedge. And again, I'm getting stronger on the outside, so I'm going to do this. And then I am going to take the free Atari if he blocks. Nope, not doing that, huh? This just strengthens my shape, though. If you cut here, I capture. If you block, I capture, and then it's a ko. Or actually, I don't even have to block, do I? Do this, you Atari, I capture. You'd have to block here, I can do this. You'd have to do this one. I'd fix. And then what? Then this stuff is kind of on its own. So I do want to do this. If you cut, I capture. Oh, this got messy. Alright, so you are fixing. I can get this move. I can also get this move. This move goes here. It doesn't really... I will need to come back and do something like this. And then I have the corner, of course. Again, if you block here, I can Atari this. And then I have this outside influence. And then I can come back and start capping. Do I want... I want to... what do I want to do? What are you going to do? You're jumping out. I want you to run, though, because we can destroy the center then. And then I can surround this even better. And with this stone, now I can capture this. Bump-a-dump-a-dump-a-dump. Alright, so you're going to jump. If I jump with you, this is eventually going to escape, but there is this cutting point. I can go Atari, 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 and then this is the ladder. Yeah, okay. So as this is running, this is getting even more cut off. Ah, there you go. Could see more liberties, but no real eye shape. That's weird. That's a good move though. Huh. That also opens up this sort of thing. If I cut here, that makes that a false eye. He captures there. I can poke at this. This is Atari. He goes here. Atari here. And then I have to pull this back. But he's already on the run. Well, if I do this, does he fix? He does fix. And then I don't like this anymore. What about pulling here? Probably just do this, right? And then I go like this, or like this. I didn't see this move. That free Atari has. So, this poke through and cut is kind of becoming a problem. If I Atari and Atari this down, I can get this free Atari, which forces him to capture, and then I can pull this back, right? These two stones I can run to that, no problem. And then actually, this is isolated. This point becomes open. What do I want to do? Do I want to Atari this up? What will he do? Will he cut? Will he just extend? I don't know. I've wasted way too much time. Oh, he's just going to take it, huh? So that can make that a false eye. I mean, we can make this almost entirely into false eyes now, at least. Okay, so let's do this. If he connects... what are you doing? He's just making this into shape. Which is setting up this whole cut. And then I have to run with that, of course. But I will just take the points. This is all third line stuff. This is just expanding his points, of course. Going here and then cutting. I'm just gonna ignore that. I want to attack this some more. There's this Atari, which then I can get this sort of Atari and force him to run. Okay, so that makes that a false eye. Doesn't have to capture. If he connects here, then I will poke in here to force him to capture. That prevents me from getting this, but I can now get a shoulder hit on this thing. This forces that. This is also Atari, and this would actually solidify my connection up here. Again, this is still a false eye, so let's... I'm gonna do that. This makes that a false eye. I can play here, right? This. If he plays here, I play this. No, I have to play this. And then this. Okay. He, of course, can get this sort of honey thing and connect up in here, so maybe I should have shoulder hit this thing first. If he cuts, I can Atari. If he extends, I can extend. This stone's being cut off. This is a snapback. So he'll connect to prevent the snapback. It's only worth 4 points. If he plays here, I can play this. If he plays this, I can do that for the snapback anyways. So let's continue, I guess, on the attack of this one. Because this ends up having to run to here. I think I'll be okay with that and capturing all of this. If I extend, he cuts, I wedge, he cuts. No, I have to go down. I don't know what to do. I can now poke here, right? Poke, extend, block, do this, and then there's no cut. I can do this, right? Honey, Atari, do this, connect. I need to deal with this, though. This... You can go here, I can do this, he can do that, and then I can get this sort of thing to prevent it. So I'm going to do this. So again, this group still has no eyes. This is a false eye. This cannot be made into an eye. If you place here, it's just the snapback thing. If you give this stone up, I'll be really happy, because then I got this whole corner. Well, you're not giving it up. If I poke here, he can go down, and then he can connect. So I can't actually capture the stone. Unless I play here... That's okay with me. Again, this can be made false, or at least into one eye. There isn't enough stones in the area to really cut this off yet. So I'll just do this. This connects with this. It also helps kill off this stone. drives a wedge between these two, so this is still on its own. If he plays this, he does end up getting one eye. Well, he currently has one eye, but he threatens to get two. So I will play, what, this? If I play this, it does the same thing. This actually removes liberties from that. It encourages him to turn here. This encourages him to back off and give him some points, and then I can cap. So let's do that. I don't want him getting this turn for just because. There is some, again, there is some agi with this stone, so he might play something like over here, threatening to pull this out and forcing me to respond in some way. Is there a way for me to kill this stone off? If I play here, what? If he backs off, then I can connect, cut, and do this. If he pulls back, I can do this. So in order to mitigate this stone, I need to clamp. All right, so I'll play here. So now this is down to one eye again. I think I'm strong enough to do this. If he pokes, block, cut, I can extend and go this way. This wedge doesn't work because this cut doesn't work. If I go too tight, that's a problem. So I'm going to do this. This is also working to surround this and even maybe get some points off of this wall. So can I play this one? If he Ataris it up, if he Ataris it down. Well, if he Ataris it this way, that means that's setting up this whole cut. So we can poke through and cut. And then I have to run. This helps collapse the shape. So does this, actually. So let's do this. This is threatening to cut through, and again, so if he pulls up here, I can poke through this way and cut. This got super dangerous. I think he could have been fine, but he spent 2 moves up here making sure this was going to be okay. I mean, it's got 15 minutes, so... what is this looking to do? If I pull... Well, if I do this cut, I can Atari it up and then use the other move to get out. So I don't know what this is threatening to do. It is threatening to cut me off of this group. So this is threatening to make an eye here, and then he can poke up and make a half eye here, but that doesn't quite work. So I'm going to... I have to do this. No, wait, no I don't. I don't have to do that. Alright, so that's what he's looking to do. He's looking to... Well, no, I can... So this cut is still kind of dangerous. If he Ataris this, I'll have to connect, but then when he connects here, then I need to connect here. If he cuts here first, I Atari up, or do I Atari over? If I Atari over, and then follow, there's this Atari down, but then I can poke in here, and make this a false eye. Wait, Atari, go here, and if he turns, then I can poke. He'd have to capture, and then I can squeeze and connect, looks like. So if I Atari this way, he captures. I play. I Atari. He connects. I Atari. He captures. I squeeze. I think I want to Atari this way. I'm just trying to keep him at no eyes as long as possible. Or one eye at least. So now I can play either one of these to make an eye, so I really don't need to do any of them right now. If he plays this one, he can, of course, get that, and then this is all disconnected, it looks like. So maybe I do want to do one of them. There is this cutting thing problem. If he pulls this out, this is now disconnected, and it goes to a capturing area, so I do need to do something about it. I need to do something like this. And so now he's going to cut and try to get around and into here. Because when he goes here, it's a poke against this. And that is looking like what he's going to do. Alternatively... Nah, I probably need to do that. Oh, now he's going to do the cutting thing, huh? Didn't I say I want to do this Atari and then this? And eventually he has to come back and capture this and make a squeeze so I can connect. because now I can Atari this into that. Alright, if I connect this, you cut here, I Atari, and Atari, and that becomes Atari on me. If you Atari, you extend, I Atari, you extend. I can Atari you, and Atari up, and that's double Atari, which means I can get some sort of thing going, so... this actually helps get a liberty off of that, so let's do this. If you cut here, I Atari up, and then Atari this. Yeah, that's actually better, I think. To Atari up. If I Atari over and then up, well, that is double Atari. And then I can follow it up and then capture this, I think. I wonder, this I right here, what would happen? I mean, you're extending up. Okay. So that means I need to do something like this. Because if you cut there, then it becomes a problem. If I extend up with you and then you cut, I can Atari and follow, and then go here, and then that's just dead. So I think I can do this, right? Cut Atari up. That's what I'm looking to do. There might be some liberty issues. If you extend this, okay, you are going to do that. Atari up, double Atari. Yeah, okay. Getting pretty dangerous here. So this is Atari, and then it's going into a double Atari. So double Atari. Alright, so you save that one, then you can cut here for double Atari for yourself. Do I want to get greedy? No, I don't. Let's just capture. Alright, there's that Atari, but that doesn't matter. I'll connect here. So, yeah. The weakness is now right here. So long as he can't get a second eye, this group is dead. This group is pretty much alive now. This is one eye right here, and he should be able to make a second eye somewhere in here. So this group is going to be really hard to attack anymore. So this is to prevent that eye. I'm still wondering if this might not be something. Obviously, if he turns here, I'd have to go here. Well, hold on. If I go here, and you connect it, then I cut. If you go here, if you ever pull back, I'm gonna do this. This is maintaining connection with this, of course. So that's threatening to poke through, I guess, but it doesn't matter. Again, I'm wondering, this might be the last chance. I don't know if it'll work or not. If you go here, I Atari, oh, you're gonna do that, huh? And then you can get this one. There's this poke, but I have this. Atari, and I'll just do this. And then there's this cut. Ah! So maybe you did save it. Maybe I needed to Atari. No, wait, hold on a second. Here, this. Can I set up some sort of shortage of liberties? Was that a mistake? Did I make a mistake? Let's see. If I Atari up, he just goes here. I can't do that. Self Atari. If I Atari this way, you can get that. I can connect. You can capture, and I'm all witched in there. Okay, well, damn. I can still get this going to force that, and then even do this. So there is potential for some shortage. And that's basically the middle game. Now we're to end game. So this is threatening to do a throw and snapback. I'm gonna come back and revisit this. I think he thinks this is alive, so I can come back and think about this. I think if I take this move, there is the potential to set up some sort of shortage going on. I need to save my boy Yomi. What I want to do, or what I should probably do, is get some of like these honeys and things going. Good. Yeah, so that clamp was pretty good to do with this stone. I couldn't actually cut it off. If I poke down, he has the ability to connect underneath, and then it's just a problem. So the clamp forces him to connect back, which is okay with me. Alright, I can poke in here and get some points. I can honey here, and do that sort of thing to solidify that. I think I should probably do things like this. Pokes on top, all okay, cool. I need to decide, I'll just do this. So he can poke in here. There isn't a whole lot of points since he's coming from here. So if he does want to poke in here, that's actually okay with me. So he's descending, which is threatening to monkey jump on either side. I will block from this side. You're honeying. I'll just do this, I guess. This prevents both monkey jumps. There is the poke. If I go here, he goes here. I do this. That is Atari and dead, so I do need to do this. Are you trying to kill me, Mr. Bond? Let's see. If he goes here, I can do this. We can get a squeeze going. That is not Atari, so I can block here. Cut, capture, go up. This is Atari, so I should be able to block here. And do something like this to make eye shape. Not that it's really required, but I can poke here, he'll block there, so that's nice. There is still this stuff, and I need to think about that. I can get this Atari for free, but I will poke through here just to eliminate these 3 or 4 points. Yeah, I suppose that works, doesn't it? Because I can't. So this is an idea. I don't know if it'll work or not. The idea is to go here and then throw in here. Oh no, I guess throwing wouldn't work anymore. But it does allow me to do that, forcing that. 3, I need to do this. Time Suji. Time Suji. Seeing if I can get this to work. If I go here, he would of course need to do this. I'm just looking to see if I can. You know what? Screw it. I need to. Let's just take that. It's points. This is worth a half a point, but it might. Let's see this, and then I actually have to connect. There's like 3 or 4 liberties that I need to do in here before I can do anything like that. So this is a point. You know, I probably should have done this one and then that one, but I can get this. Either one of those is points, really. Poking through here doesn't do anything. That's just self-Atari. There is this Atari and doing this. This is also a point. Doing this makes it so that he can't capture that stone. So I'll do this. Because if he ever does put that in Atari, it becomes snapback. So this kills that stone and recovers these points. Good, good, good. I don't believe I'm going to respond to that. Because if I capture this, there's this Atari, there's this Atari, or there's this Atari, and then there's the potential that he can kill those stones. So I'm going to respond this way. If he captures it, I'm just going to do this. That's fine. It puts more liberties on this, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna do this. There's still some potential for poking in here. I can just poke in here now, it looks like. I'm gonna do this. I think this is worth more points. It is blocked from that side, that is true. If I just do this, what happens? You can poke. This saves the hemorrhage. I forgot that he had access from this side. It's kind of annoying, actually. So I'll block this way. And now that this is an eye, this is also a point. So this is actually worth a couple points. If I pull up this one, force him to connect on the inside. Alright, so he's preventing me from getting all that, which is nice. If I do this, he'll have to do this. And then I can play this, force him to do that. There's also this sort of other points over here. So let's add a stone to the mix. I don't think he wants to fight a Ko for this connection. Okay. This is self-Atari, so I can't do that. I can do this, which would force him to put something in Atari, and then this. So let's do this. Even though it's a Dame point, it can turn into something much bigger. So if he just Atari's this, he's fine, but then I can get this capture to force him to do that. Since there's no eyes over here, these are also no points. They will eventually have to be filled. Oh, you're doing that. So let's make him play another move inside. This is not big enough yet. That's a half a point. Is there any more full points? Question mark. There's this to force him to do that, of course. There's also this. And there's things like this as well. So let's do this. 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 So this got reduced down quite a bit as well. If he doesn't block, I can go again, and then I can actually get this Atari and then even connect here, potentially. So he's going to take that first, which is fine. Are any of these points? No, those aren't points. This is a point. Alright, so you connect. Good. Again, this is Sente against that. This might... I don't think so, actually. So what are the points we have? Do we have? I'm just going to take this one for now. Simple thing for him to do is just turn and Atari that stone. Again, that was just to make him play a move in here. I don't think this is actually good. Now if I do descend... I think I can... Oh, that is nice. Because it lets me do some stuff like this. Alright, now I can get this Atari. I can even extend here. But this allows me to get this Atari for free, which is nice. That doesn't do anything for points. So this forced him to play another one on the inside, which is good for me. What else we have? There's this looking thing. I don't think there's anything with the cutting stuff. This prevents any sort of Atari on these stones. If he plays here, I just play the other one. Actually, there isn't anything there, so let's do this. And I think that's about it. So it looks... there wasn't going to be any points there. So you're playing that. I will play this because I eventually have to. If you play that, we're basically done then. You're forcing capture, or you captured that. This is all just Dame anyways. I'll play this one for safety. Looks like it might be a pretty close game, actually. He's got a lot more of my captures, though. Alright, so you captured the one stone, even though you didn't have to, so you took a point from yourself. That's cool. I'll play here. Again, this is going to go to snapback if he ever takes it. Alright, so you took that. That's lovely. Any other points? I believe that's it. Alright, so that is dead. This is dead. Done. Alright, so pretty close game. Let's see, it was 76.5 to 73, which means that is a 3.5 point victory. All thanks to Komi. Cool. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or feedback, please leave them below. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.